Right at others when I heard shot. I thought it was the backfire of a bike. Then I saw two young men running and turned to Newley Road. They were pushing the guns in their pockets.
According to our correspondent, the body of a man who appears to be dead was at the back entrance of the market when he arrived, while two other injured persons have been hospitalized. The extent of their injuries is unknown at this time. Meanwhile, a fourth victim, a woman, was rushed to hospital but is believed dead. A medical doctor is expected to officially
destroyed 28 shops. It is believed it started in one shop and quickly spread. The cause is the subject of an investigation. It understands that the Lucea fire station, located mere meters away, could not immediately respond due to a lack of water. The firefighters had to refill the unit in Green Island. Assistance was also sought from the fire stations in Montego Bay and Negril, but Assistant Superintendent at the Lucea fire station rubbished the claims that there was no water at the station.
The fire unit cannot respond without water. The situation that evolved is that currently, at the time of the fire, there was no water in the Lucea town. So being engaged in firefighting operation, the unit was depleted of its water source, and we had to seek water all the way in Green Island. And that's a 30-minute drive from the Lucea town.
It's understood that a firefighter was hospitalized after receiving an electric shock and was taken to a hospital for treatment. His injuries are not considered life-threatening. Karen Kelly, a vendor, says she's in disbelief.
Yesterday, I do one big shopping for my shop. And he have him money. I left me money and I say, all right, today, you know, stock up a shop for me Friday for make a money, sir. Everything.
In the meantime, former enforcement officer at the Hannover Municipal Corporation, Craig Oates, says this was bound to happen. He said the lack of proper maintenance and infrastructure of the market contributed to the fire.
I'm calling on the Hannover Municipal Corporation that has direct control of this market to look around the market. If you look around the market, you can see there are problems that so exist, that are structural, that probably the next time it is going to be a loss of life. And all of this can be avoided if we just get the proper structure in place.
Heard a loud explosion along the roadway.
First thing I said is smoke first. First thing we blow and you take a stop smoke and the driver jump out. After and jump out a big fire. And the fire truck come about 2 hours after and out. The shell remain there, so right now we're on your left hand side. So the driver escaped, him not getting hurt. You understand? But in the case come up before the fire start to come up in the cap on him. So he just jump out and watch the blaze.
This is the second such incident in days. Last week, a National Solid Waste Management Authority garbage truck caught fire. Motorists are being urged.
Now, you will recall that from time to time we have infections in our hospitals. We had one in Victoria Jubilee Hospital where our neonates, our vulnerable babies, had an outbreak of infection. We have it on a fairly regular basis in other parts of the hospital, including the older population. So normally vulnerable populations are affected more by this particular condition.
National Road Safety Council, Dr. Lucian Jones.
Voiced concerns and criticism about the state of drains across Manchester following last week's flooding during days of heavy rainfall. In central Manchester, Mandeville Mayor Donovan Mitchell took aim at debris he said was left along the side of the Winston Jones Highway, which he noted contributed to flooding there. Member of Parliament Rhoda Moy Crawford explained the roadway is part of an extensive drain cleaning and debushing plan that's expected to reduce flooding there and elsewhere in the parish. But
every December, members of Parliament receive an allocation for debushing and drain cleaning exercises. And I realized that even if we allocate $1 million, 500,000, it's never sufficient to do the kind of work that is required.
Still, she noted the procurement process is well underway for major resurfacing roadwork along the Winston Jones Highway and other corridors across the constituency.
In the same way, works will commence for major debushing and drain cleaning along Williamsfield to Caledonia Road and Royal Flat along New Hall to Richmond. Works will commence along the Carteret Road corridor, if not the weekend, early next week, and along the Mandeville to Rods Corner corridor. There are also farm roads that have been submitted that are being scoped now in the Belfield division, in the Knockpatrick division, and one in the Royal Flat division.
As for constant flooding along Newley Road, she said a technical team from the National Works Agency, NWA, is redesigning the drainage system to address the problem once and for all. Meanwhile, with 1 month left in the hurricane season, she pointed to additional works within several communities, which she noted will also help address the problem of flooding.
We've been going into communities too to cut branches and tree limbs that are in the roads, eating up the roadways. We have been undertaking massive debris, garbage removal in some areas.
Stop on it,